Everybody, and welcome back to the Main Course Encouragement Podcast. I'm Shanetta Spriggs, and this is day 5 of the Vlogmas Podmas. This is still so funny to me to say, but we are so happy that you all are still here listening in. And this episode is going into the next subject of faith. Yes, faith. Man, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This is gonna be some tough love today, whenever you're listening to this, to be some tough love. And I hope that you embrace it and that you understand that it's all for all of our good, that we just go ahead and just keep up with our faith in a way where we just really attack ourselves, and we attack our motives, and we attack what we're trying to go after. But first, our product of the day, notebooks. That's it. Simple. So I have these 2 notebooks here, and nothing special. I have a plain one just to show that, and one with the pattern. So beautiful, right? And it's nothing wrong with either one of them. They just actually help me out with my faith in a way where I write down things in them that make me feel good about myself and make me aware of my surroundings and where I want to go, where I want to be, where I see myself in 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. What are my short-term and long-term goals? And that makes me feel really good, because I'm just out there putting it out there, like what I really want to see myself as, and who I want to see myself as, and what I want to see in my life, and those relationships, and just all of those fruits of my labor, how that's going to look for me. And it's a beautiful thing. And even though you don't have to write in a notebook every single day or every minute of the day, but if you have something that you can go back and look on and just see what you wrote down and see if you accomplished those goals, and, just set forth on some things and, took a leap of faith, that's something you can be proud of, right? So for anyone who wants to know the brands of these notebooks, however, this one here is by Pink Light Studio, and also Class Act Stationery. Really nice. And this notebook here, this was a pickup at Walmart, so it really doesn't even have a brand. So just a quick pickup from Walmart, just a generic brand, and it gets the job done.
You don't have real faith. You don't have true faith. It's just tossed around. So like the word says, faith without works is dead. Like we say it so nonchalantly, but when you really meditate on that for a few days, you'll see the real picture. Like, oh, faith without works is dead. Say that and get in your mind what that really means. And then change your life, your perception on what that truly means.
Let's get into faith with tough love. Tough love faith has so much to do with you not being just on the hem of just waiting on something to come to you. You just not being on the edge of just waiting for something to show up. And no, it's not going to work like that, because your true faith is going to come in your actions. Your true faith is going to come by the way that you see yourself and your light and how your future is going to go. And a lot of us, we don't do that. We don't think about, I see myself as this person who is going to have great patience today, and this person who is going to have great faith and just receive abundance of love and peace and just prosperity. A lot of the times we don't even talk that way. We have to have faith where we start to speak with authority. And as you all know, we have to start speaking with authority. I know you guys know this because there have been times and moments in your life, especially if you've been hanging out with us, Main Course Encouragement, that you have been starting to speak with authority in a way that is is just great and valuable for your life. Now, we're not talking about someone who's screaming and yelling and, just bringing all this attention to themselves, or they're just, I'm talking about when you're speaking with authority, like, yes, I own this. I own that. I will have this. I will have that. That is up for me to have responsibility over. That is mine. Yeah, I'm talking like that. That type of authority. And when we shine that light on that authority, when we highlight that, it becomes something that we want to consume every single day. It becomes something that we want to see in our lives every single day, in every single way, in everything that we do, touch, feel, see. We want to see and gravitate and have those things in front of us that has a lot to deal with, us bringing things to our fruition. And our fruition has everything to deal with how we show up. And so quit acting like you have nothing to do. Yes. Any of us who are out here acting like we have nothing to do, nothing to live for, nothing to stand up for, nothing to set out and make sure we have government over. Yeah. You need to start governing over the things that you are supposed to be in charge of. If you say that you want to own this building or own this property, then you need to be in charge of the things that have to do with doing the research for it and having the financial responsibility for it in advance. If you say you want to have a community garden, but you're only making food just for yourself, okay, that's cool and everything, but you say you want to do more. There's a lot of us who want to give, man. I mean, I feel you. And you all give it your own way. Make it beautiful, make it lovely, make it nice. But give in a way where you're also saying, man, I'm really making a change. I'm really doing what I say I want to do. And the reason why I'm getting on the givers and the aspiring givers is because if you aspire to give, then why don't you give? Why don't you give in some type of way? There are people in need. There's organizations in need. There's something out there in need for you. And you're one of the top people who don't even have the faith. One of the top people in that percentage of people who have no faith, like at all. And so you give in ways that are mediocre. You give in ways that are not showing your authority and that you're meant to be in that position. See, I worked at a corporation one time and I was doing so much for the company. I mean, I was pretty much a manager, but they had a position for manager and they hired, other people outside of the company. But there I was, I was the one there every day doing everything. And they said, you just don't act like you want to be a manager. And I'm like, but how do I not act like it? I'm doing the work. I'm doing everything. But I wasn't saying that I want to be the manager. I wasn't physically saying those words and speaking those words. And sometimes things that you want are not going to, it's going to be a lesson. It's going to be a lesson. But there are things that you want that are sometimes they're just not going to show up in that way without you saying that you want it, without you claiming it, without you going out there and saying, this is mine. And because you do that, you can be in a position where, okay, well, everyone is just like, well, I don't know if they really want it or not. I mean, they show up, they're here and everything, but I mean, they don't have meetings with us. They don't tell us that they really want. We'll just find somebody else. We'll get someone else, And there can be people that will get in that position that's not even qualified for it, but they'll have it because they're doing other principles. And one of the main principles of life is actually speak, is actually say something. And you have to, and you can't just keep sitting on what you want to do. So you want to have this position. You also want to be a giver, but you're giving in the wrong way. You're not being a person who's going to speak up. You're not being verbal with your communication. And you're just kind of waiting. You're just like, well, I expect things to come to me. I expect people to know how I feel. I expect, whoa, you all out of line. You all out of line. Because you're thinking that, because you're a good person. You're thinking, because you go to work every day. You're thinking, because you're on time. You're thinking, because you give at the church or you give with your family. You think that's enough. And you're wondering why things aren't showing up for you. You're just doing what you need to do. You're kind of doing what you have to do. You guys ever seen someone in a situation? I won't pinpoint one out, but just think about it. Have you ever seen someone in a situation where they're doing something that they are supposed to do? Okay, I'll pinpoint something out, like paying bills. Okay, we're supposed to pay bills, right? Right? So have you ever seen someone where they're just like, man, I don't know why things aren't working out for me and stuff. I mean, I pay my bills and everything. Wait, you supposed to? What? What are these extra steps you're expecting? What are these extra things you're looking for? Now, if you're also paying your bills and working on your credit, and then you're also, being a giver and learning more information and teaching people and just all kinds of things that have to wrap itself around for you to learn and get that information back to you that's going to help you get to the next steps of ownership of this or that or this or that. Yeah, now you're working with something. Now you've got something really coming back into the wheelhouse, okay? You got something coming back into your wheelhouse of knowledge and information that doesn't have to deal with you just, oh man, I'm just waiting by the wayside. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. But that's it. But yeah, finish that sentence. Finish your sentence. But that's about it. At the end of the day, that is about it. That's all that you're doing. And so you're going to live a mediocre life. You're going to live a mediocre life if you don't begin to speak with authority over, your life. If you don't begin to speak with authority in your faith. If you don't have faith that you can have something, then of course you're not going to speak on it. If you don't have faith that you're going to be here in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the line, then that's exactly where you're going to be. You're going to be right there doing what you're supposed to do in the first place. Why does a mediocre person deserve anything else? Why does someone deserve anything else? You say you want a happy relationship. You want someone that's going to love you and care for you, but you're just waiting. What are you doing to prepare yourself? What are you doing to make yourself feel whole and feel like you are the best thing that you've ever met? Whoa. Hello. I've had to have that talk with myself too. Sometimes you'll be caught up in just doing the mundane things and things that just help keep some people around or help keep some situations or a job and certain things around. But you're not really doing anything to make you feel like you got it. Like you got it. Like you're able. You can make things happen on your own. I'm telling y'all. I think some people could possibly think that when the topic is about to be about having faith, that we're just going to be all happy and bubbly, and we're just going to say something sweet and be like, carry on, good people. Everything's going to be all right. But not if you just mediocre. I mean, it'll be okay. It'll be all right. But you're not growing. You're not growing in a way. You're not growing in concrete, grass growing through concrete, a plant, a flower, just growing through the midst of it all. You're just someone that's, okay, I'm doing my job. And okay. So you want some more kudo points for that? Let's just get real here. And let's get real here. You all, this has been a great conversation with you all. And if you've been listening to the podcast, we just really appreciate you. If you've been listening to us, checking us out on Main Course Encouragement on Instagram, on YouTube, we just appreciate you all so much. And we hope that you understand the tough love and how we're going to be getting into things. Like, yeah, we want to encourage you all, but a true encouragement also comes from someone who cares about you and just being uplifted and also being grounded. Like, you got to be grounded and rooted and just have it in your girth. Just have it to be able to push forward with fortitude. Okay, we don't want you just hearing words. We want you guys living the life that you want to live. And the way that you're going to live that life is if you get the real truth. So we love you all, and we hope you understand where we are coming from, because we're coming for you, because we love you. Thank you so much, and we hope you all are doing well. Let us know, comment, like, subscribe, do all of that great stuff. Peace.